In today's video, I'd like to talk to y'all and introduce y'all into my tortoises here. These two are Mario and Luigi. I rescued them about 3 years ago, and they are brothers from a place up in North Georgia at the Georgia Horticultural Society. They are brothers that came in at the same exact time. And as you can see, Luigi was a little bit more pyramiding than Mario had. And now they're on a good diet and doing a lot better. But they can't quite figure out why Luigi was more pyramiding than Mario has. I'm guessing maybe, I don't know. It's just kind of a strange thing to see how they took care of one real good, and then Luigi turned out to have a lot of pyramiding. And then next up here, this is Lego. I got her from a friend of mine, I think about 2 years ago now. And he could no longer care for her. And he done a pretty decent job with her care for her. She's got a little bit of pyramid, but not too bad. But she's a female, and both the Mario and Luigi are both males. And they live here on 4 3/4 acres of land. And they got grass, all they can eat. And they live outside pretty much all year long here in Georgia. But these are 3 of my most friendliest tortoises. And it's been a real joy to be able to take care of them and watch them grow. Lego's pretty much almost doubled in size since I got her. And her shell is really kind of starting to smooth out some now that she's getting a lot of grass and a lot less processed foods like collard greens and things like that. While they are healthy for them, it's still not exactly a perfect diet. The wild grasses and stuff that's in your yard and stuff like that is a lot better for them. All right, let's go on to meet the next couple of tortoises. Next up here, this is Dozer. He's the one I've had the longest. I've had him about 6 or 7 years now. He come from a friend of a friend, and the guy was needing to get rid of him because he was having to move to a smaller place and wasn't going to have enough room for him. And I was starting to look for tortoises, so I was able to rescue this little fella. He was about half this size when I got him, and like I said, that was about 6 or 7 years ago. So he's doing some growing, and while he's one of the bigger tortoises I have, he's not the most friendliest. He is getting better, but he's more of a loner, and he'd rather just kind of be by himself and hides a lot. He will come out in the evening time to eat, and he's about one of the last tortoises to come get anything to eat when I bring out the collard greens or something. So he's trying to go back and hide now. I woke him up from his sleep. But yeah, he's more of a loner. He doesn't really stay with the other group of tortoises that much, and he likes to kind of stay by himself. And he's usually the last to eat, last to come out in the evening time. Right almost at dark, he'll come out and graze on some grass, and I'll see him get out and get some sun in the middle of the day. But he likes to kind of stay hidden most of the time. He doesn't bother anybody. He just stays to himself. I love the big old lug. He's trying to go hide now, so I'll leave him be. I just wanted to let y'all see him and tell you a little bit about how he came here. He wasn't really a rescue. He kind of was a rescue, but the dude, he was really keeping well care of him, and he still checks on him every now and then. He still thinks about him. But I was glad I was able to help this guy out and give him a good home. All right, next let's go find Speed Bump and see what she's up to. There's my Speed Bump. She's one of the newer additions to the family here. She's only been here about 1.5 to 2 years. She also came from the Georgia Herpetological Society. Her people that surrendered her, they had to move, and so wasn't able to take her with her. But also, they wasn't really taking good care of her at all. She didn't have a proper humidity and proper diet for sure. They was feeding her dog food and just a lot of stuff that tortoises should not ever have. So as you can see, she's got pretty significant pyramiding. She has smoothed out a little bit since she's been here, but she'll keep that pyramiding for the rest of her life. It will never be completely corrected. But now she has full bunch of grass, and I, supplement it with collard greens or tortoise chow or whatever during the week. But for most of the part, she just eats grass. She's a friendly little tortoise. She's certainly coming out of her shell now here lately. The last about 6-7 months. She's definitely not as reclusive as she used to be. And I think in another year or so, she'll be something similar to Mario and Luigi. She's trying to come out now to get her a little bit of sun. But she's been one of my most rewarding tortoises, and her personality really start coming out. All right, next let's go find Dozer. I just put him out in his summer pen. Let's go see what he's up to. There's my big boy Dozer. He's an ivory sulcata. Just got done eating him some Missouri tortoise chow. He came from my buddy Shadow's Reptiles down in Florida. I think it was 3 years ago now, and I think he's about 15 or so years old. Something like that. But Dozer here is doing great. He is definitely my most aggressive tortoise. And during the breeding season especially, he will mow you over with no extra thought about it. He's trying to figure out what he wants to do with his life. I think he's got an itch that he's wanting to scratch, but he's not sure how to scratch it. But yeah, he's the most bullish one of the group, and one of the most destructive ones I have. He likes to try and go through whatever he can instead of going around it. He'd rather go through it. My plants that are smaller, he'll mow them over. But I love his personality so much, I kind of put up with it. I just have to build stuff stronger around him, more reinforcement to it. But he's been a real joy to keep, and I've been glad that I was able to get him. And he's a beautiful tortoise. If he didn't have all that dirt on him where he was dust bathing earlier, you could really see his coloration. Oh, now he's going to turn to this better side here. There he goes. Yeah, now you can see his coloring. He's one of my more taller tortoises too. I've noticed his legs are a lot longer. I don't know if he's a different subspecies or what, but he's been a real joy to have. Now let's go see the albino sulcatas, or albino sulcata and the aldabras. They're all eating some Missouri tortoise chow. I love the Missouri tortoise chow. It's real easy to feed them. If they just need something quick, if I haven't been able to go to the grocery store and get any kind of greens, it's a good nutritional supplement for them. They don't need it all the time, but once or twice a week is not going to hurt them. And it's actually got some different nutrients in it that is good for them. You just don't need to make it their sole diet. But I'll have the link down in the description of where I get my Missouri from, if you're interested in checking it out. But yeah, this is my albino sulcata. I think he's 3 years, turning 2 or 3. I can't remember. But I've had him about going on 1.5 years now. And he came from a guy in New York. I can't remember what his name was, but I've always wanted an albino cicada and was finally able to obtain one. And then these are my 3 aldabras, like I've said in the other video, that came from Florida iguana and tortoise breeders, Sam Pascucci, down there in Florida. And I'll have their channel and website linked down below. They're great, wonderful people, as I said in the other video. But yep, that smaller one in the back there, that's Squirtle. And then the one beside my albino, that's War Turtle. And then the other one here, that's Blastoise. And they've been just a real joy to have the last couple months. And I can't wait till they're 200-300 pounds, or if they're males, they might even get up to 500-600 pounds in 10-15 years. So it's going to be a real treat to watch them. They're just munching away in the sun on some Missouri. And it's just a peaceful time of my day to be able to sit out here and watch them. But yep, that's my little group of tortoises there. Everything from my rescues to the ones that I've purchased, and I love them all. They've been a real joy to keep. And if anybody's interested in tortoises, especially cicadas or aldabras and redfoots, then I'll link down Florida iguana and tortoise breeders, and I would definitely recommend getting from them. And yeah, just if you want a wonderful little pet that's not a dog or a cat, you know, tortoise is a good choice if you have the space and time and willingness to care for them. They definitely make wonderful, great pets. I guess before we end this video, I'll show you my laying hens. Leah, what are you doing? she's in there hide looking for something. What are you doing, knucklehead? These are 2 of my Rhode Island red hens. They're getting on over a year old now. I bought them by the chicks for their eggs. They are some friendly. He's a breed of chicken, whatever you want to call it. They love getting bread from me or whatever little treats I want to give to them. And where's the other one? Let's see. I gotta get that piece of tin picked back up. The wind just blew it over a little bit ago. Yep, that's the 3rd hen there. They're all 3 really friendly. I can't pet them, but they do come and get treats from me. And if you're wanting eggs, Rhode Island Reds are definitely prolific egg layers, as any country people will tell you. They're one of the most sought after breeds for egg laying. I want to appreciate y'all watching the video, and ask that you please give us a subscribe, hype the video, comment down below what kind of animals you have, whether it be dogs, cats, chickens, tortoises, lizards, whatever it is that you have. Just let me know. And if you have any tips that you want to share, put those down in the description below. As also, I'll have Sam's link down below, and I'll have some of the Missouri tortoise chow that I was talking about. I'll have it linked down below, as well as a few other things that I use around the farm on a daily basis. And just in case y'all are interested. And I'll see you on the next one. Appreciate y'all.